Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a top 50 NAGM PVT sent to me over the Discord server. Whoa, had to mute there to sneeze real quick. Top left, it's going to be Zero from the Perfect Clan. And the bottom right, it's going to be Root Gaming's Heaven, our Protoss player. So I do like casting GMNA players because they are excellent at StarCraft, but they do weird stuff. So let's see if there's anything weird in this replay. Usually people don't submit replays to me over the email or in the Discord server unless it is super fun and weird in some way. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here on Hard Lead. I'm going to say Hard Lead is how we pronounce this map. I don't know. I should know. I do watch GSL, but I kind of skip the first minute or so because it's like, oh, what's going on? And that's when they usually say the map name. So I actually probably should go back and see how some of these map names are supposed to be pronounced because, by golly, there's at least 3 of them in the current map pool that I am completely wrong about on how to pronounce these map names. I tell you what. Now, Heaven sends a probe across, harassing, which again is a tale as old as time here. This is Brood War stuff here, man. Probe shows up. Well, actually doesn't mess with the SCV at all, doesn't bother with it. But could have. Just scouting, nothing to worry about. Reaper opening. Not a command center first. Probably not a 2 racks opening either. There you go. Sees the expand, gets that information. Back home. Ooh, is this a gate? Nah, this is gate, cyber, core, expand. So Heaven's being safe here as well. Oh, let's flip those colors around. And if you're going to stick around, you're going to die, Probe. You know how long you have before you have to get out of here, right? And it's like now. All right, now it's going to come down to what direction do you go and which way does the Reaper think you went? Got a Reaper submitted by Rocket. What's up, Rocket? Long time subscriber. Very cool dude. Reaper name, Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's. I might end up seeing this, actually. My kids asked about the movie. Man, when was that? A couple weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, they were like, oh, there's a Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Five Nights at Freddy's? Can we go see it? Can we go see it? And I'm like, I don't know. What if it sucks? Probe dies. And, I don't know, let me know. Let me know if you've seen the movie, if you think it's good, if I should go there with my kids or not. Is it too scary for like a 10-year-old? That's my youngest kid. It's my concern. Anyway, what do we got? Twilight Council coming in. Ooh. Could be DTs, probably just Blink though, if I had to guess what's going on in this PVT on the opening. On the other side, got a factory. Zero does. Are we going to make any of the newfangled Cyclones? Ooh, reactoring the factory. On the other side, Reaper trying to get something done beyond scouting, but it's so hard to get anything really important done with a Reaper these days in TVP. That's why a lot of Terran players just kind of skip it. What is happening here? Oh, Adept harass. Adept actually did get a bit of a pause in construction on that second base. Amazing. I mean, it was very, very tiny. I love that SCV came in and was like, poke, and then it was done, and then it went into the bunker. That was funny. Behold Blink! Behold. Going for Warp Gate. Everything is fine. Everything is very standard here so far. We are reactoring out Cyclones, though. And we've seen how Cyclones can do in TVP. Gumio has inspired us, ladies and gentlemen. If you saw the game on Sunday, Gumio against Classic, you know. Ooh, nice last-second lift there on that supply depot. That's tough to do. The pros make it look easy, but Zero manages it as well just fine. So it's going to be Cyclones, but with additional barracks here. So it's not exactly Gumio strategy of a bunch of Hellions. Ooh, good scout on those Cyclones, though. Saw it. Definitely saw it. So it's going to be Cyclones supported by Bio instead of Cyclones supported by Hellions and Siege Tanks, which is what Gumio did against Classic in the semifinals of the last GSL. Ooh, I don't know about this third base from Heaven. This is really feeling like kind of a 2-base all-in out of Zero. And if you try to get a third base as a toss against a 2-base Terran all-in, you might just die. No shield batteries, no cannons. There's an OBS coming out for scouting purposes and to see if there are any Widowmines about either. And there's an Immortal coming, but he's not here yet. This might just be a cancel on this third. Might just straight up be a cancel on this third base. 2 Stalkers and 2 Adepts are not going to stop this from happening. I'm sorry. No. Are we getting pushed? I guess another couple Stalkers warped in. Stalkers do pretty well against Cyclones. They are armored, and Stalkers do bonus damage to them, but guess what? Cyclones do bonus damage to mechanical units, which Stalkers are too, so it's kind of a wash there. I suppose he was just outnumbered, right? That was the play. All right, Marines, 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 Marines. Cyclones, Marines, Marines. Supply blocked. Bad news. Really bad news. Any sign of a third? Heron guy says, heck no, Falcon. Third bases are for squares. What are we doing? Charge? Yeah, charge next year from heaven. Got the Immortal, got the Stalkers. PVT often, do you see this? Reaches a point, nice scout, dude, then, where if you don't have any splash damage, you just die. Heaven's not super interested, it appears, in going for any splash damage. The first 5 minutes, you don't need it, right? I'm not saying that you need splash damage against this right now, but the longer the game goes on, the longer you don't have splash damage, the more you're toast. No Colossus, no Archons, no Storm. All right. Oh, free Cyclone there. Nice micro, picking off a Marine too. Adept goes down on the other side. Nice snipe on the Obs. And the lock-on takes out another Adept. No bonus versus Adepts because they're not mechanical. Adepts are biological. And then, ooh, chasing. All right. Fair enough, I guess. This is some pretty intense micro we're looking at right now. The Stalker. Oh, gosh, that Immortal can't blink back, and it gets focused down. Bah, dead. Yeah, Immortal not great against Marines. Stalkers aren't super good against Marines either unless you're an insanely good micro player. Oh, third base coming in from 0 now. So, yeah, so this isn't an all-in. We're not going to see a ton of reinforcements following this up. Third base on the way from 0. Third base already done from heaven. Up 59 to 46 workers. All right, so very interesting combination here of Cyclone Marine. I don't know what this probe's trying to do. Maybe thinking about expanding here, but that did not go very well at all. And then the tiniest, not the tiniest drop, it's a pretty small drop of Marines and Marauders. Oh, they could have canceled or at least paused charge, but they were like 20 seconds too late. Oh, lost the medevac, but oh, Marauder damage against Stalkers is so good. No micro here because we're worried about this stuff. Popping into that mineral line, trying to take down a couple of them. Probes, medevac pulls back, providing really important healing here. Shield battery overcharge pops. The Terran player gets out of there. Definitely. What is this? These guys are still here. 3 kills, 1 kill, 0 kills on this guy somehow. Man, another Stalker goes down to this little tiny drop. Finally, repowering, mostly for the warp gate here more than anything else. That's what you want to repower that for. But third base done from 0. Is he going to planetary that? Nope, orbital it up. Okay. Yeah, the Terran player, I think he really did want to take down this third base, but no. Heaven was able to get up enough Stalkers. Does he have upgrades yet? But +1/+1. Blink, charge, all that stuff is done. Terran's on +1. Concussive Shell, Combat Shield, and Stim. Once again, I just want to point out, I'm waiting for Splash to show up on this production tab on some level. Blink, Stalker. Mass Blink against Marine Marauder Cyclone. Seems like it really shouldn't work all that well. Especially when Concussive Shell is tagging your dudes. God, that hurts too. Fourth base warping in from heaven. And I wait. I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Templar Archives, for a support bay, for... I mean, those are the options, right? If you're going for Splash, those are the buildings I've been keeping my eyes open for here, and we're just not seeing any of them. APM check on these guys. 300 average from heaven. 250 for 0 as he tries to force a cancel on this fourth Nexus, but does not get it. It is very injured, though. Sub 100 HP. God, threw away a bunch of dudes there not getting it. Going for the non-guaranteed damage. Charge lots against Cyclones and Marauders. Honestly, not bad. Just because they're not taking bonus damage from any of these things. Yeah, charge lots are generally pretty annoying for Terran to deal with. No Banelings, right? Charge lots are annoying in general. Splash damage is good against them. Like a Disruptor Shot, Colossus are good against them if it's a PvP scenario. But yeah, charge lots are kind of a staple in any matchup. I mean, not that you have to make them, but this is looking... I don't know. This angle is pretty bad for 0. Loses a Cyclone there. How many has he lost? He's lost 11 Cyclones already? Yo, Resources lost 6,000 to 4,000. Heaven's lost more, but man, 11 Cyclones have died. That's way more than I anticipated. the number would be when I pulled that up. Hey, look, the Templar Archives. And even then, that could just be for further upgrades, right? You need the Templar Archives for +3. Doesn't have to get splashed just because he's got the Templar Archives. A good force field. Doesn't save that sentry. Oh, the sentries are getting targeted. Not really here, but they die anyway. Okay, Army kind of getting tripped up by those force fields for sure. Fourth base done from 0, 12 o'clock, looking good for him. 75 to 75 workers is not where you want to be against a Terran player because they have those mules. That income looking stronger for the Terran, standing in, kiting back, blinking in, and trying to get the... No, missed on that medevac. But by golly, these charge lots are just a pain in the absolute patukas to deal with here. Are there enough? Okay, the Stalkers I just don't feel like are providing as much value as they'd like to. The Zealots are definitely forcing this army back so hard right now. Marines are at 1-1, but 2 armor plus the native 1 armor that the Zealots have are making them so tanky. And yeah, look at that. +3 weapons on the way after the Templar Archives. No Storm. Oh, we are making some High Templar, but those are probably just for Archons. If you're making High Templar without having Storm researched, what else are you going to do with them? Hey, they've got feedback. Hey, they've got a basic attack. Woo! Ghost Academy on the way, but with no EMP against these Archons, I don't know, man. Ow, gosh. Kite. Zero's kiting all the way back. The bunker's enough to make Heaven turn around. Another obs down, but hey. Any Protoss worth his salt knows you're going to lose obs against a good Terran player. They're going to scan pick those off pretty much consistently throughout the game. Hey, feedback does go on those medevacs. Okay, I laughed about feedback, but we saw some there. Fifth base warping in from Heaven on the right side. 3-3 on the way. 2-2 is done for 0. That 3-3 coming in from Heaven too. Both players upgrading quite nicely. First Widowmine of the day. Actually, Widowmine's pretty good against these Zealots, yeah? Widowmine's not a bad answer here at all. That's the splash, right? I mentioned them earlier, but not as really an answer to Zealots, and I should have. And Storm's coming in. Okay, Ghosts on the way, Storm on the way. We are getting into true late-game PvT now. We're going to get some EMPs. That planetary is really just not breakable. I don't know. It's a lot of Stalkers and Zealots, man. No Immortals, which are kind of the PF crackers in the Protoss army, but... I don't know. Just don't want to try to take that thing down, especially with the, with the army sitting at it. That is like almost rule number 1 in StarCraft for me is don't attack a planetary fortress that has a Terran army babysitting it. It is so hard to take down. Because to take it down, you got to focus it, but then the army is destroying you while you're focusing on this big chunk of stuff. And then you die. Army value 101 to 93. Protoss is up, but not really. Oh, Widowmine connections there. And that Obs is going to survive getting scanned. It certainly does. Nice EMP. Ooh, that Archon's in a lot of trouble. Good Storm, though. That's what we like to see here. So this is kind of just Marine Marauder Medevac Widowmine with Cyclone support instead of tanks for 0. He's trying it. Man, this APM is nuts for both of these players. Over 300, creeping up on 400 for the Terran. This is looking bad, though all of a sudden, Stalker's overwhelming here at the front. Blinking in, when you start blinking in and picking off medevacs, that's when you start to die as a Terran player. Is there enough? Is there enough Terran coming in with Defender's advantage to deal with this? The Zealots are just soaking up so much damage. Archons, I don't know if you really want those. SCVs getting pulled out. Repairing that turret, I guess we're worried about if DTs show up, having that detection would be really nice. But also all the SCVs who repaired that turret are now dead. Man, I just cannot stress how much I think tanks would have been really good here. But I think that might just be your GG. We are looking at a bit of a bloodbath here. Is there enough Terran coming out of these buildings? The good news is the production facilities are alive. Look at the production tab. It's telling us a lot of stuff is happening for the Terran. I mean, I guess that just sometimes means Protoss is warping stuff in and their production tab is empty unless they do a warp. Nice snipe on that warp prism, though. Hang on. 39 to 33. Army supply has 0 held this attack. Are you kidding me? He kind of did. He's down a lot. He's down a lot of workers, 77 to 70 workers. Okay, that's not as many as I thought. He's bringing some SCVs back home to oversaturate this natural base. Maybe saturate those refineries too. Blinking into the third base. There's no planetary here, folks. Yeah, and 4 base to 5 base in favor of the Protoss here. I think Heaven might have done enough damage with that attack to get the win. Let's see, though. I appreciate Zero experimenting here. Marine Marauder, Medevac, Widowmine, Cyclone. Sometimes it's Liberators. I guess he's got Ghosts in there, too. Liberators are your kind of support unit. Tanks are sometimes your support unit. But today it's going to be Le Cyclone. Alright, let's take a look here. What do we got? We got more Zealots. Good. We got more High Templar. Good. Storm's going to be awesome here. Zero trying to get a 5th base. Taking fire as soon as it lands, though. That is not ideal at all. Storm up left side. Stemming forward, though. Okay. Man, Zero's recovered pretty nicely. 79 to 38 army supply. The Terrans sort of on a big-time advantage on numbers right now. How much of that supply is Medevacs, though? That's always a question that I ask. Oh, my gosh. Just blinking into this. Picking off Medevacs. Some of them do escape with the skin of their teeth alive. 6th base coming in from Heaven. The 5th base of Zero is a planetary. Done. Ooh, this game is intense. Crazy intense. Charge lots. I really think charge lots have been the biggest problem today. Look at them just killing ghosts. EMP them to try to soften them up, and they still got a ton of HP and armor. Never say die, say the ghosts. What is this? Zealots heading up the left side for some kind of run-by attempt here. Not enough Zealots to deal with this planetary. You guys, that's not enough Protoss to do that, and Heaven is smart enough to recognize that. Zealots take some Widowmine shots, but get inside the mineral line and go after some of these SCVs. No problemo. This is why you probably want to have a couple Marines inside this bunker, just for the sake of, you know, in case 2 Zealots show up. Ooh, Heaven expanding bottom left as well for a 7th base. Really macroing hard here. Really, once you're ahead, get more heading his way here. Army value 90 to 58, though. Zero's army value is ginormous compared to the Protoss here. But splash damage is the great equalizer, right? Did that War Prism just get absolutely sniped? I was looking for it to explode, and then it was gone. Ugh, that was tough. More Zealot run-by is the bane of everyone's existence. There we go. Stuff in that bunker. Aw, that Widowmine only hit one of the Zealots. Repair the bunker! Holy crap, they tear through that bunker easily when they have +3 attack, which they do. 3/3 Marines and Marauders are no joke either, though. And the Zealots take a couple Marines with them. No big deal. Storm, trying to storm that Widowmine. They did, but it takes more than one storm to kill a Widowmine. Ghost, an overly dramatic death sound is overly dramatic. Zealots. This is just Heaven face smashing his way, trying to take down this base while very smartly sending more Zealots into this 4th base of Zeros. Is that a, I don't even know what number that is. Was this his 3rd? This might have been his 3rd. Either way, more army has to split off to deal with it. SCVs have died. 32 SCVs have died. 9 probes have gone down. Zero on the counterattack is forced back again by these charge lots. Just the Cyclones don't do very well against them. And the Marines Marauders have never been super hot against Zealots either. You really need Widowmines. At least an EMP of some kind against those guys. So can Zero... He needs to kill a base. He's down 7 bases to 5 right now. Another War Prism died. Man, the War Prism death count is too high. 4 of them have gone down today. There we go. Like I said, Zero needs to kill a base to stay in this thing. He gets 1. It's still 6 bases to 5, though, which, as we all know, Mules are giving the Terran player a bit of an advantage here. What is this Zealot? These guys are doing stuff. The Rampage is real. Oh my gosh, this bottom left base is taking some serious hits as well. 120 to 50 supply. Did Zero just flip this game? Has he maybe done it? I don't. What stops the Storm? Storm stops this army. I really don't feel good about these Archons. Feedback. Heaven, GG's out, and 0 is your winner. Wow, what a sick back and forth nonstop PvT that was. I'm going to tell you that Heaven sent this replay in. I am shocked that Heaven sent this replay in and he lost. It is very rare that somebody, for the first time, sends me a replay and says, this is a sick replay, you should cast it, and they lose it. Usually people that do that for the first time send in a win because they're like, I am proud of this game. But I think Heaven was pretty proud of this game even without winning it, which is awesome. That is so cool to see. Yeah, resources lost 42 to 34,000 in favor of 0 here. Army value was big. That's got to sting, though, man. You get army up through a Terran Natural, up into the main, and you are deep. You have units over here, and you come back and lose it. That is tough. Tough sledding for sure. He got the Storm. I don't know that the Archons provided as much value. The charge lots were incredible. The micro today from 0 was just, the stutter stepping was amazing. He averaged 313 APM today, 370 currently, while microing away from these Archons and these High Templar. But once he started adding Widow Mines into the mix, that was awesome for 0. The Cyclones, I don't know if they really paid for themselves. 38 Cyclones died today. He had one remaining. That's incredible. That is so incredible. And just an amazing. An absolutely amazing PvT. Thanks for sending that in, Heaven. You're cool, dude. And you're a member of Root Gaming. That's also very impressive. So fun. Weird attempt to use Cyclones, and it worked. Except, is it weird that 0 really started pushing when the Cyclones were dead? Is that a fair thing to say? Am I misremembering the sequence of events here? Maybe I am. But either way, yeah, great upgrades on both sides. Great spellcasting, EMPs, feedbacks, storms everywhere. Widow Mines are kind of spellcasters if you look at it that way. Cyclones too, kind of. But truly amazing PvT. A lot of fun. Hope to get more from Heaven. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.